it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com, and today we are doing a little comparison. There's been this, I guess this notion of like, hey, sometimes I have time to do a quick chill and sometimes I don't. And sometimes I just say like, we'll do an overnight chill. And we always wondered, can you tell the difference between a beer that has had a quick chill, and I'll talk about how I chill these 1 gallon batches, because that's what we're comparing today. Basically the same recipe with one small difference, the way that the beers were chilled for fermentation temperatures. So what we have here is a triangle test. We have 2 cups of the same beer, and then one of the cups is from another beer, and it's up to Mike to see if he can tell the difference. My feeling is if you can't tell the difference, that's a good thing.
It's tight.
That's a good thing. But let me talk about what we have here brewed. It's the same recipe done twice. Again, the only thing that's different is the way it was chilled. We took 2 pounds, that's 0.9 kilograms of raw standard 2-row malt. Sorry, they actually have that in the name of their malt. Just putting it out there, just saying. Milled that, and I took 2 gallons or 7.6 liters of water, mashed that for an hour at 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 66 degrees Celsius. And then we boiled for an hour, adding hops at the this schedule, 7 grams at 15 minutes to go in the boil, 14 grams at flame out, and then another 7 grams at day 3 of fermentation. I had a 2-ounce packet, so I was able to split those into equal portions for 2 beers. And it was LUPOMAX Sabro 2019 pellets at 19.5% alpha acids. Both beers were chilled to fermentation temperatures. One was done rapidly in my utility sink with a bunch of ice water, probably get it down to fermentation temperatures in 20 to 30 minutes. And then I pitched some US-05 into that, 4 grams of that. And then the other one I just left in my basement overnight, and then woke up the next day and put that in the fermenter and added another 4 grams of US-05 dry yeast to it. They were fermented both for 10 days and then kegged up. So 1, 2, 3. There's one that's different. Can you tell the one that's different? Man,
it is tough.
Again, I'm hoping that you can't, because I think this technique works and it doesn't really give any kind of perceivable difference in
Well, first,
the beer.
I'll just say, before the cameras were rolling, you poured the beers, I was outside, and but when I came in to start the cameras and stuff, the amount of aroma was tremendous in the room. Excuse me, smelling the beers independently, I'm getting a tremendous amount of candied pineapple, like tremendous, from all 3 of them. The differences are hard to pick out. Tasting them, I think, one more time.
Again,
I didn't even hear the recipe because I was just trying to focus on tasting.
It's going to be a tough one because I don't think there's much difference.
They're so fruity.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so fruity. It's like really good. Now, this is sort of a little bit like Vincini and the Man in Black, right? Because, would you put the 2 beers side by side, or would you split them apart and put the other one in the middle, right? So it's like, I'm trying not to logic my way into what I know of you.
Don't logic it.
And try to think about how would he set up a triangle test. I think, man, there's so much orange and pineapple. I think that, I think the aroma number 2, and I got this right away, to me, I think the aroma number 2 is a little subtly less intense, and I have to swirl it to get the aroma. But the aroma quality is the same as these. It's just that I have to swirl it to get it. And these two on the finish, way on the finish, 1 and 3 seem to be softer than the finish on 2, way in the back. But I'm probably making it up. Yeah, it's a little bit dry. There's a little more pith in that one.
What is your final answer, Michael?
I think number 2 is the standout, is the solo.
Ah, damn it. You
Really?
got it. Yes.
Boom! Boom!
Number 2 is actually the beer that was rapid chilled.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so regular, normal, full chill.
Yep.
All the way down to pitching temp.
Yep.
Yep.
And the
Really?
only thing I can think of is that maybe as I got to the end of this and I was like, the actual dry hopping was more like dust.
Yes.
I don't know what the difference,
sure.
like, because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
pointing out things like in terms of aroma. I think the big thing we want to prove is you couldn't say like, oh, this has dramatically less quality.
No, so the characteristics,
Yeah.
I'm getting a ton of candied pineapple and like really juicy orange. Like really juicy orange. Juicier than I've ever really, than I think we've pulled off in one of these beers. Like this, it's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid how good it is. So the characteristics are the same. It's not like I feel like this one's more Sabro and the other are more something else, right? It's not that. The quality's the same. But, you know, assuming they're all carbonated, they all feel exactly the same carbonation-wise. There's just something about this one that the aroma, it's there and it's nice, but I get more of it when I just do this. I get more of it and it's as intense as these are without shaking them.
Okay.
But it's still, there's even a little peach in there. It's tremendous. But the other thing that on the palate, taste-wise, they're both very juicy, very, again, pineapple orange comes through in the flavor, but these two seem a little bit softer on the finish, way at the end.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have them, if they weren't being given to me side by side, and I was at a bar and I had a pint and was like, oh yeah, I'll take another, and this was poured to me, you would never know the difference. Now the thing is too, let's do this test 3 more times and you keep mixing it up, right? And I'll be trash on the floor. But if we did it, the question really is about these triangle tests, right? Is it's still possible I got lucky, but I do think I detect a subtle difference. But anyway,
So I guess
these guys, so this is the overnight chill.
overnight chill.
And so then they're getting hopped in fermentation at the same time.
Yes.
Right? So from an
yes.
aroma standpoint, yeah.
But my feeling is that I tried my best to hop them at the same point in their fermentation
Yep.
before the packaging.
Yeah. I would just think that, because aroma-wise, I think it's all good. It's all there. I don't know necessarily why I'm swirling this one. It's just I sort of feel that way to get the same aroma quality. But the pithiness that's in this one, you know, doesn't match up with why I think it would be pithy, meaning that it was, you're telling me this is the normal chill and these are the overnight. So I would expect these guys to be a little more bitter or a little more something, but it's not. It's not there.
Yeah, you're right. It's because it'd be like a little more contact
So explain to
time.
me again, just because I sort of missed it. So in the kettle, where did the hops go in the kettle?
Flame out.
At flame out.
And
Okay.
15 minutes to go in the boil. Which
15 minutes to go and
I don't
flame
think
out.
would have any difference.
And I
between
heard
the two.
Sabro. What else did I hear? Just Sabro.
Just Sabro.
Just this is all Sabro all the time.
Sabro.
Holy cow!
From Yakima Valley Hops, LUPOMAX.
Awesome.
So, you know, that's
Oh
the
wow!
thing.
This is all Sabro.
It's all Sabro.
Holy cow! What a beer! Stop screwing around with like Galaxy and Citra and
Yeah,
stuff.
this is
right?
pretty good. Like this has
is good.
all the
This is everything you
tropical
want.
fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
Great.
you hit the nail on the peach, like it's almost like an artificial peach, like aroma that I'm getting
Yeah.
off of the right off the nose.
Yep.
And then candy pineapple in the flavor. So again, I'd like to close the loop on this, Michael. It's not we don't feel like the difference is due to the chill, like the no chill versus the chill. I don't think had any kind of ill effects.
No, definitely not.
Okay, on the beer.
Definitely not.
That's one.
Definitely not.
2, the one thing I the other control item I may have had is that the packaging, I'm going from one keg to the other with my one CO2 tank. I'm trying to carbonate them. So there might be a little bit of difference in carbonation.
I don't detect it on the palate.
Okay.
I don't detect a different in fizziness at all.
Okay. So because I was trying my best to like get them both started the same way and then switching back and forth like every 12 hours to give them equal carbonation.
Yeah, man. Wow. It's interesting that there isn't like more bitterness. So how cold was it? Where did you no chill? Like in the basement or? Yep. Like right at the back door there in your basement?
Yeah, kind of like in the sort of away from the door. But I think that because I have a partially finished, partially unfinished. This was the unfinished basement. And it was probably 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It wasn't super cold, but like just enough to like it had to take an overnight to actually get down to fermentation temperatures.
Yeah, I mean definitely no ill effect at all. It's tremendous. I almost wonder like if there was like maybe a traditional IPA with some maybe a little more hopping late in the boil. Not that this is really any different. I don't know. I'm perplexed that we can't pick out a little bit more bittering on the beers that were no chilled.
Yeah.
Because you would expect all that late kettle hopping would isomerize. But then again, you know what? This wouldn't surprise me either. It's the nature of the hop, right? Like the hop is really been bred for aroma flavor qualities, and that is almost all driven by the oils and stuff like that, and not necessarily alpha acid, right? And so while there is pretty good alpha acid in these hops, but I mean, I don't know, just whatever the chemistry is of it, versus say if we did this with like if you took a Columbus, right, and put in 3 ounces of Columbus at flame out, and would you get more bitterness? Because I mean that is like dual purpose, but but it's also more of a, it's not bred for just punch you in the face aroma, and somehow the aroma is held up, and despite sitting warm like that. So this time of year, if you got a good kettle with a lid, what they call a type failing lid, just a lid that fits the top of your kettle. I mean, when I've done no chill, you turn the heat off, put the lid on, you go to bed. Right, and you just come back the next day, and it's and you're ready to go. So, if you can make New England IPA this way, at least with LUPOMAX Sabro, holy cow!
I bring this up because many of the 1 gallon batches we've done for Smash beers and hop analysis, I've done overnight chills.
Oh yeah,
because it's been one of those things where I might be doing a couple of brew sessions within the day. And the last thing I do at night is one of these 1 gallon batches, and it's getting past my bedtime, and I just take the pot off the burner and just put it down on the concrete floor and say, I'll see you tomorrow. And take care of it then. But again, I think it's been proven other places. I think that technique of chilling without having some kind of immersion chiller or plate chiller or water bath like I did, because this at this volume you can chill things pretty quickly. I think that this technique is sound, and the beer you make, again, like Mike could pick out some subtle differences, but I don't think it was because of the way it was chilled. I think it was, especially
when you're putting you're also putting more hops into the fermentation and dry hopping it. So I mean that might even override some of the other issues. It's really interesting. I love it. I can't get over it.
And a call out to Sabro, the LUPOMAX Sabro.
Oh my gosh. Like I remember Sabro being a little bit more on the tropical sort of coconut end of the spectrum, maybe a little bit of lime leaf in there or something, but this is juicy orange and pineapple, like screaming. And then now that even they're warming up a little bit, there's like that a little bit of a background of a peachy note in there, which is really pretty complementary to those.
Agreed.
You got your citrus, you get your tropical, and you get your fleshy fruit all in one.
And God
The only
knows
thing it's
we
missing is lychees.
I was gonna say, God bless. We definitely need some fleshy fruit and then like some canned lychees.
Yes.
Please. All right. Well, that's that. I mean, again, it's just two dudes putting together like one little experiment on a technique that I feel like is one that has been proven to be, you know, just fine. Again, we'd have to do like 10 more experiments with different hops and different malts. And I just don't have time for that, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'd rather be brewing other
yeah.
stuff. But I think this is, you know, if you're looking for a chill method, I think no chill one is a good choice. And until, you know, you run into problems, you should probably, you know, keep going with it. So
I would definitely do side by sides.
yeah, true that. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate you watching. Subscribe to our channel because we do this kind of thing every single week. We're going to be really ramping it up before the end of the year, hint, hint. But damn, all right, this is pretty good no matter how you chill it.
Too good.
Yeah. For John and Mike, brew-shoes.com, brew on.
Cheers. Had to swallow.